All right, welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back for my existing subscribers. This is actually my second product review of the day. First one I had about 10 hours. It was the 8-bit DL Ultimate Controller. So if you're in the market for a good controller, check that one out. Again, in the pinned comment of that video, if anything changes as far as my opinion or my perception of it, I'll let y'all know. But next, we are going to talk about the Logitech G502 X Plus. Yeah. So this is the new wireless mouse from Logitech, and the main thing that drew me to it is that they changed the triggers or the actual mouse buttons. So now they're mechanical, right? The biggest issue I have with Logitech mice, whether it's the G Pro wireless or the Logitech G502, the older ones, you got to make sure if you're going to get this that it says the 502X, right? So that's how you'll know that it is the one with the new triggers. Here's the black one if you want to take a look. This was always my favorite mouse, so it never was a question about that. But my biggest issue with this mouse was the double clicking, right? So you'd be playing a game, and I noticed it first a long time ago, which some of y'all that have been following my channel for a while may remember, but I noticed it first a long time ago while I was playing Rainbow Six Siege. I was running through Ash, doing the Ash rush thing, Ash main things out here. And my ADS would stop. So I'd be aiming and all of a sudden it would stop. I'd hit fire for a second. And I thought I was like getting too excited. So what I, essentially noticed is when I went to Modern Warfare 2019, I was shooting the SCAR and it shot slow enough that I could notice that it stopped shooting for a second. So both the triggers just go out. On the regular 502s, they are straight trash. The mouse itself will hold up, but the left mouse button and the right mouse button, nah, 100% guarantee they're going to fail on you at some point. And if you look at the forums and the comments and even the reviews, most of the people that are super happy have either written their review within 3 months of owning it. And most of the forums are people searching for fixes for double clicks. And there's folks in there telling you to take it apart and you can rebuild it. I don't think that as a normal consumer, that should be your responsibility. And Logitech has addressed that and fixed it with these new hybrid switches. Razer has been using those mechanical switches for a while. So even though the click doesn't feel as good on the Viper Ultimate, like it gets a little bit mushy over time, it's always consistent because it's using the optical switch, right? So as soon as the light passes, it goes ahead and registers it. So regardless of how mushy the key feels, you'll always shoot when you want to, right? Or when you push down the mouse button. One thing I will say that I missed from the Razer is this is the biggest con of this mouse. I don't think, and I'm not, first of all, this is just an end user review. I'm not the most technical person. I know enough to be dangerous, but that ain't me. But I don't think this thing has lift-off protection. So when I get into gunfights in Warzone, I get super excited and I'll tense up a little bit because I'm trying to make sure my aim stays steady. And what I've noticed is sometimes I'd be circling around to go shoot at multiple opponents. Like if I get flanked, I'm like trying to hit 2 people and it won't turn or it'll get frozen or stuck. The shooting still continues, but it almost like it disconnects. It's what it feels like. And what I've noticed is that I get tense a little bit and I lift it. So when you lift it, it stops registering. Whereas on the Razer, it has this lift-off detection. So that's one thing I would, if I was going to improve this, that's what I would do. But yeah, that was a big deal. And once I narrowed down why I was, losing those really, and I'm not talking about like the 1v1s and like the open field stuff, because usually with that, I'm pretty chill. But when it's like, 2-on-1, 2 different directions, 3-on-1, then, things get pretty wild. But yeah, that was the biggest thing that I noticed. Other things that I love about this mouse are all the buttons. So on top of, let me get the black one, you might be able to see better. So on top of obviously the main 2 mouse buttons, you can map all the buttons on here. This is your traditional scroll, so it's a little clicky. And when you push this in, you get the infinity scroll. So if you're the type of person that likes to browse the web, that helps out a ton, right? So it gets you to the bottom of the web page in one quick swipe. You also have these additional mouse buttons up top. So this right here, I use to replace my tab. So whenever I want to pull up the map, I just click on this button here. And this is I. So I just went into the Logitech G software, G Suite. It's not G Suite. That's Google. But whatever their Logitech Pro software is, I go in there and you can remap the keys. I also have this key right here because it's different from the scroll wheel. I think it was supposed to be for like your DPI shift, or actually this one was. It's supposed to be for your DPI switch. But I switched this to be my record button. So whenever I record clips, I just click on this and I don't really miss too much action. I also have the plus on my keyboard, so it is pretty easy. The RGB is pretty nice, right? So like I said, there's a lot that I love about this mouse. This is typically your sniper button. But what I do is I use this as middle mouse, especially in games like Rainbow Six Siege. This one here, if you have to hold down the mouse button, a lot of times with Buck specifically, I would go to click to the master key and I would switch to like my pistol, right? Or like you go to press and it's in the middle. It's a lot going on, so you're not like being as careful. This is something you could train your mind and your reflexes to not scroll, but you don't even have to worry about that if you map it right here. But again, if you want to map it to your push to talk or anything like that, you can do that as well. So there's two ways I've done it. There's a profile where this is push to talk, and there's a profile where this is the middle mouse button. So again, very useful. On and off switch on the bottom. They have the nice slippery mouse feet. So whether you're using it on glass or something different, it'll always glide. It's not that like rubbery finish. It's more like, I think it's PTFE. Whatever the mouse feet are, this is what it has. The same as the Razer. I went and got this additional accessory. I have it for both. I kind of wish they made it in white. It's from Sword King. I made a short about it, but it's a charging dock, and this is the battery. So normally, not battery. I said that wrong. It's the connector, right? So you literally just lay this on the dock. It suctions on, and it charges these two components right here. You can also just slap the actual whole entire mouse on there. So if you lose this, you can put the entire mouse onto the dock and it'll still charge. There's a little dash right here on most of the Logitech accessories, because the coin from Logitech is about $100 if you want the wireless charging one, the wireless charging coin. This was $30, so it's a way better deal in my opinion. And there's this little matching dash here. If I get in there, there it is. And obviously your housing so you can store it. You just got to line up the dashes. It snaps right in, and the magnet pulls it together. And when you put it on the charger, this is how I charge mine. You also have USB-C. It's unacceptable in 2023 to have a mouse that has anything but USB-C. So again, highly recommend this mouse. I have two of them. And because they switched over that one gripe that I have with them, yeah, it's 100% go buy. I got them around January. So this is probably closer to 150 to 200 hours of gaming that I've done on these two mice, because, you know, between both builds, probably got about 100 hours each. So again, it's definitely a go for me, and I would recommend it to just about everybody that has the budget for it. There is a model that's a little bit less, and at this point, I'm not going back to wired mice, but there's a wired mouse. I think it's $80, I think. But the wireless one without RGB is like $140. So this is about $160 mouse. It's expensive, but it is what it is. I think it's worth it. If you're in the market for just the best, this is going to be one of them. But then the biggest thing about mice when you're making your decision is, does it fit your hand well? Do you like it? You know, does it feel good? Is it a fingertip mouse? Is it a palm grip mouse? How big, how small are your hands? So what fits for me and is perfect for me might not be great for you. So that would be the one caveat that I would say. It is a larger mouse. This is my work mouse right here. It's the MX Anywhere. And this is really small. It's really like a fingertip mouse. And this is the Logitech next to it. So, but I use this for work, and this is like my gaming one. Ironically enough, the white PC build uses the white mouse, and the black PC build uses the black mouse. So, all right. Hopefully this video helps you all out. I definitely 100% recommend this mouse. They fixed the one big issue that I had that would have prevented me from recommending Logitech, and that's what got me to experience the Viper Ultimate. and that's why I love that mouse for what it does. But back on Logitech, and this one has been solid for me. What is it? I guess it's going on about 4 months now. So, all right, catch you on the flip. Easy.